Alright guys, today is Friday. It's January, sorry, today's Friday. It's February 9th and I have a special treat for you today. Today we're going to visit one of the oldest churches in New York, Trinity Church. Right here at the top of Wall Street, right on Broadway. Then the formal address is 89 Broadway and it faces Wall Street, facing down towards the East River. Alright, so let's take a walk, let's get inside the church. Let's take a walk around, let's look around. Alright, come with me while we do that. Thank you. Let's walk. Hey, how you doing? Very good, very good. Yep. Is there a cover to go?
Yep. No, it's straight.
Okay. Alright, thank you. I guess I have to take this off while I go in there, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Here's the view from standing at the steps right in front of the church, straight down to the East River. Alright, and at the avenue, at the end of the avenue, you can see Brooklyn. Stay with me, we're gonna look around the church and we'll learn more about this early church. Started back in the 1600s. I'll give you some more information on that later. Alright, so today we're walking into the Trinity Church. So, let's do that. Oh, this is my first time in here. That's beautiful. Get the stained glass behind the altar. We'll get closer to it in just a moment. So stay with me. Right, when you come in, you're asked to light the candle and say your prayers. So you can do that over here. We'll talk almost in a whisper, but let's do that. Take you around, show what we can see in here. Again, this is a Trinity Church. After the Epiphany, you have your hymnal, your Bibles and so forth in here. There's the organ music. Church is, how big it's in here, how the sitting in the church. So let me see if working. Let's see if I can ask someone. You working here? Alright. What's the sitting capacity in the church? What's the sitting capacity? How many people can sit in here?
Sometimes it depends.
Okay.
It depends.
Okay. And everything here is from the first church, or was from the third church?
No,
or the
for
first
the third
church?
one. For the third one.
The third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It got built 3 times.
Right. Anything brought back, saved from the other? I know the one in the Great Fire was completely gone. But from the first church, is there any edifice, anything saved from it that was brought into this church?
Hi, how you doing, Father? Have a good day, Father's birthday. The only thing that is making the changes is they putting new sounds inside.
Okay. Who is the current rector of the church? Who is the current rector?
He just left.
He just left.
Yeah,
it would have been nice to say hi to him.
That's Father Buck.
Father Berg.
Yeah,
he was a priest in charge up until 22,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. So, there's some more information you get about the church. And you stand back here. It is a true wonder. When this church was completed, it was considered the first and finest example of neo-Gothic architecture in the United States. And you can see why, you can understand why. Seeing outside is impressive. Coming inside, it's even more so. Right, so let's look at it. So, see how high the ceiling is. Right, see how tall this is. When this church was completed, it was actually with the steeple. I think the steeple is about 210 feet tall. It was at that time the tallest building in New York City. That lasted only for a few years. Because you know, New York City is known as the city of skyscrapers, so it was just a matter of time before another edifice took the title of the tallest building in New York. This is beautiful. I can't get over how beautiful it is. Is this daily or is this daily or
Weekly.
weekly?
Yep.
All right. You're doing a beautiful job, man.
Thank you.
This is my first time in here. I've been around here for so many years, and this is the first time I've come in.
If you go to the website, they have
Yeah.
pictures from all the past events and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Now I was checking out the first church, the second church, and so forth. I have to go visit the sister chapel, St. Paul's.
St. Paul, that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah. This is beautiful. Who designed this? Do you know offhand?
That I don't know. If
Okay.
you go, there's a virtual tour you can actually take. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you will give me that information.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So there is a virtual tour. You can scan the QR code. You might be able to scan the QR code and get on there and see all of this. Okay. So let's go. Let's look around. This is absolutely beautiful. All right. Chapel of All Saints. Pray, light the candle, take a photograph, sit still a moment. All right, so let's walk around. In memory of 1734, Charles Inglis, 1734 to 1816, rector of Trinity Parish. In 1783, 1787, Bishop of Nova Scotia. 1816, first colonial bishop of the Church of England. And this is close to us, of course. Foundation stone of the Second Trinity Church, discovered in 1878. This foundation stone was discovered in Trinity Churchyard. It was buried in the ground at some distance from the building and broken in two pieces. So there it is. Obadiah Hunt. Obadiah Hunt was a successful, respected citizen who, from 1716 to 1736, owned Hunt's Tavern, a place for entertainment as well as for meeting of the Common Council and Governor's Council. In his will dated January 26 of 1760, he directed that his body be buried in Trinity Churchyard in a decent manner. His memorial marker was removed from the churchyard for preservation. So that's his memorial marker. So let's continue. All right. Chapel is reserved exclusively for prayer and meditation. Please be reverent and quiet. Take a look at the details, guys. This place is absolutely exquisite. If you come to New York City, make sure this is on your stop. List of places to check out. So let's continue. Okay, so. Is there like a book of facts about the church? Or it's all virtual?
No, they have the scanner barcodes outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so guys, I'm gonna tell you some, give you some more information about the church. Now, this is Trinity Church, but this is the third iteration of Trinity Church. There are other versions of the Trinity Church, and I'll tell you what they are. All right, so we're stepped outside into the burial places, and we're gonna take a tour around because there are lots of memorable individuals buried in this churchyard. So let's look around. All right, there is John Watts, statue of John Watts, the Honorable John Watts. He was a politician and jurist. Watts was a member of the 3rd United States Congress from 1793 to 1795. He later served as a judge in Westchester County and co-founded the Lake and Watts Orphan House, an organization that continues to provide social services for children and families. So there is a statue dedicated to John Watts. All right, so let's take a look around, see who else we can identify. All right, because there are lots of notable figures interred on this grounds. Now, the most famous individual located on this grounds or interred on this grounds is Alexander Hamilton. And here we are at the tomb of Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton, the Corporation of Trinity Church has ordered this in testimony of their respect for the patriot of incorruptible, in testimony of their respect for the patriot of incorruptible integrity, the soldier of approved valor, the statesman of consummate wisdom, whose talents and virtues will be admired. A grateful posterity long after this marble shall have molded into dust. He died July 12th, 1804, at the age of 47. Alexander Hamilton was one of the founding fathers of the United States. Alexander Hamilton died in a duel. He was wounded in a duel by Aaron Burr across the Hudson River in New Jersey, in Hoboken. All right, and right here is the widow of Alexander Hamilton, Eliza, the daughter of Philip Schuyler, widow of Alexander Hamilton, born at Albany, August 9th of 57, died at Washington in 1854. An interesting fact about Hamilton: he started the Bank of New York. The Bank of New York was started right here on Wall Street. Wall Street is right over there, and at 48 Wall Street was the headquarters for a long time. Later on, this building right across the street here, number 1 Wall Street, was the headquarters for the Bank of New York, right here. All right. So again, Alexander Hamilton is the most famous of those buried here. Now here's another famous, Robert Fulton. Robert Fulton, also interred here. Robert Fulton was an artist, an engineer, and inventor. Fulton is best known for developing the first commercially successful steamboat. New York's Fulton Street is named in his honor. Fulton is interred in the North Churchyard in the Livingstone family vault, which belonged to his wife's family. So there are lots of notables. Andrew Barclay's Vault, 1762. New York, this Trinity Church has a long and very storied history. All right, the Trinity Church is an Episcopal church. It's been active in New York City for more than 300 years. Started in 1697 when Governor Benjamin Fletcher granted the church a charter on behalf of King William III. So that was the first Trinity Church. The first Trinity Church was destroyed in the Great Fire of 1776 during the Revolutionary War. Right, so in 1790, the second Trinity Church was completed. So back in 1790, you had the completion of the second Trinity Church. Later on, in 1838, the support beams of the second Trinity Church collapsed, and they built the third Trinity Church, which is this current Trinity Church. If you look up, like I said before, this church with the steeple was actually the tallest building. The steeple is 281 feet tall, and when it was completed, it was the tallest building. The second chapel was the tallest building in New York City. That lasted until 1890. All right. This church was consecrated on Ascension Day back in 1846. And as I mentioned before, when it was done, it was considered the first and finest example of neo-Gothic architecture in the United States. This is a beautiful edifice. We're looking at it from the side of Rector Street. We're looking at it at the side of Rector Street. All right, this is the third Trinity Church. Now, here's a notable fact. The Trinity Church is a champion for social justice. All right, and they've made their presence known around the world. The Trinity Church actually was in the forefront of support for Archbishop Desmond Tutu during the apartheid South African regime. So the Trinity Church has been and remain active in social justice, in the fight for racial justice, in the fight for in supporting. They run a food pantry. They provide food services for those who are adversely affected, and they've been at the vanguard of such a fight. All right, so they're very active in social causes. Come to the area, take a tour around here. You'd be maybe surprised at what you learn as you come and walk through here. The people who are interred in here, there are plaques that explain to you who they are and what roles they play, so you are informed of who you're looking at. All right, Jacob Astor, who was a very notable member of New York society, was interred on these grounds, and so was John Audobon, and that's a name that everybody would know. John James Audubon is also interred on the grounds of Trinity Church. Right, so there we go. There we look at the top of Trinity Church. So while we're here, let me just pan around and show you the buildings that are around here. All right, it's surrounded by all of this building. This is number 1 Wall Street. That was the successor headquarters to the Bank of New York, the church founded by Alexander Hamilton, who is buried on these grounds. We're looking at Rector Street over here, which borders the church on this side. That's Rector Street. And over there is Trinity Place, which for the longest while, until it became absorbed by the NASDAQ, was the American Stock Exchange. The home of the American Stock Exchange is right over here on Trinity Street, Trinity Place. All right, and the New York Stock Exchange became part of the NASDAQ. It was one of the 3 top exchanges in New York City, but it's no more. Right, over there is Trinity Commons, American Stock Exchange. The sign is still up on the building. All right, so it's right over there. So let's continue walking back here, see if we can get to the other side from here. Right, here are the other buildings back here. Right. Soaring buildings. Right, that's Trinity Place. Walking along Trinity Place or across Trinity Place, we can get to the World Financial Center. And here you can see parts of the World Financial Center over there. Here again, the virtual tour. Meet the change makers in the churchyard like Alexander Hamilton. And again, there is a QR code. If you click on the QR code, you'll get a virtual tour of the area of the churchyard. All right, so we're at the back of the church, and I don't know if we can go all the way across, but let's see. Yes, we can. So let's do that. Welcome. Please enter Trinity Church at the main gate on Broadway and Wall Street. So if you come to visit, you have to enter in at the main yard, the main gate, Broadway and Wall Street. So we're right in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Oh, sorry, the American Stock Exchange. It used to be known as the Amex. It was acquired by the NASDAQ and part of that exchange. So the 2 exchanges, major exchanges now, are the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. All right. Angelica Schuyler Church, sister-in-law to Alexander Hamilton, wife of British Member of Parliament and businessman John Baker Barker Church. Intelligent and socially active, Angelica Church befriended and corresponded regularly with many of the prominent figures of her day, including Thomas Jefferson. So let's continue and see the markers. The other markers here. The Reverend Dr. Robert Ray Parks, from 1918 to 2009. He was the 15th rector of Trinity Parish. Under Parks' leadership from 72 to 87, from 1972 to 1987, Trinity built St. Margaret's House, a subsidized apartment building for elderly and disabled residents, and enhanced the parish's communications with the installation of a television studio. Right, so we're taking a walk through here. John Clark's Vault, 1790. It's right there. Some of the names I won't be able to read. The vault of Robert Livingston. So let's continue to walk around here. We'll see some more. So there are lots of notables buried in these grounds, and it's a good stop along your next door of New York, your next visit to New York. On the occasion of the Trinity Church's tercentenary, this marks a time capsule to be opened on Trinity Sunday, 100 years from now, from 25th May 1997. I guess this will be opened 100 years from that date. Let's walk around. Okay. So my recording stopped a while ago, so let's start again. I had to just reset my SD card. All right, so let's continue. So looking right over there is Broadway. So the Trinity Church is number 89 Broadway. That's a formal address. 89 Broadway. Now, remember, the United States has been known for being kind and welcoming to immigrants from all corners of the world. Alexander Hamilton, for example, was born in the Caribbean. Here is another gentleman who was not born here, Albert Gallatin, from 1761 to 1849. Gallatin served in Congress and is fourth Secretary of the Treasury under both Jefferson and Madison. He was also a diplomat, a founder of New York University and the American Ethnological Society, and president of the New York Historical Society. In memory of Albert Gallatin. There are lots of old markers in here with no, through the ravages of time, no longer has any identification on them. Right, so on this side, let's take the view. Let's show you what it's like on this side. And we pan around. World Financial Center in the background. Sacred to the memory of Charles Stewart, who departed this life May 8, 1819, aged 34 years. Alright, near the spot are interred the remains of Francis Lewis, 1713 to 1803, sign of the Declaration of Independence, vestryman of Trinity Church, erected by the Society of the Descendants of the Signers of the Declaration of Independence, 1947. All right, and again, you can get a virtual tour of the cemetery. It tells you who's interred on these grounds and show you where they're interred. Alright, Francis Lewis, sign of the Declaration. That's the one I just showed you there. And there's his marker. William Bradford, printer and publisher. In 1693, Bradford was appointed the royal printer for the New York colony. He printed the first American Book of Common Prayer in 1710 and founded and printed New York's first newspaper, the New York Gazette, in 1725. William Bradford. Right, again, lots of memorial people. John Craig, who departed in Alive September 1747. 47 years old. Alright, this one is chipped out, you can't tell. Here lies the body of Gideon Harper. Died in that one I can't read, but he was 49 years old. March the 3rd of that's 1749. So I mean, it's all historical in here. Come in. Okay. All right. Astor Cross, designed by Thomas Nash in 1914. Judas Shem, Adam and Eve. Okay. David, Jacob, Noah. Jesse, Isaac, Enoch. Ruth, Abraham, Seth. Now, let's see. Astor Cross in 1914, designed by Thomas Nash. This ornate cross illustrates the genealogy of Christ according to St. Luke. It was dedicated in 1914 in memory of Caroline Webster Skimmerhorn Astor, who is buried in Trinity Church Cemetery and in Trinity Church Cemetery Mausoleum, located uptown at 770 Riverside Drive. Like I said, John Astor was interred here at on Trinity grounds. So John Jacob Astor, you heard of the Astor family and their prominence in New York City. So I mean, I'm walking through, yes, I know, I'm walking through a cemetery, but it has historical importance, and takes you back, takes your way back. So guys, this is Trinity Church and this is Trinity Cemetery, 89 Broadway, New York City. Guys, I didn't do this before, let's do this now. My name is Stevie Walkabouts. Welcome to Stevie Walkabouts. For my returning subscribers, thank you. Happy to have you here with me. Hope you enjoy what I'm showing you today. It's one of it's a very memorable spot. It's a very notable spot, and I just wanted to share it, show it to you and share it with you. This is Trinity Church right there. We're in the Trinity Churchyard and Cemetery. All right. For those of you who've come into my channel for the first time, please consider subscribing. Please like, share, comment on my videos. If there's anything you want to see around here, let me know. If there's anything I haven't shown you that you want, or shown you that you want some more information about, let me know. I'd be happy to bring it to you. All right, as we take a look, another look around here at this place here. All right. So here we are at the Soldiers Monument in 1852, designed by Frank Willis. One of the largest monuments in the churchyard, the Soldiers Monument honors Revolutionary War soldiers held in captivity in the city of New York and thought to be buried in Trinity's churchyard. If we walk around here, Soldiers Monument, it's right here. That's the Soldiers Monument. Sacred to the memory of these brave and good men who died whilst imprisoned in the city for their devotion to the cause of American independence. That's the dedication up there. So that is the soldiers. That's a memorial to the soldiers. It's called the Soldiers Monument. So stop, take a look at it. Take a tour of the cemetery for the historical value. All right. There's a fireman's monument built in 1865. It's right over there. Don't know if we're supposed to go on the grass. I'm not gonna do that. Right, so look at the historical headstones. Look at the historical names. They are the who's who of New York. Richard Churcher, the oldest gravestone in the cemetery. Richard Churcher from 1676 to 1681. Although difficult to read, this gravestone is dated 1681 and is for Richard Churcher, age 5, son of William Churcher. Right. So guys, this is Trinity Churchyard, Trinity Cemetery, and we are still at Trinity Church. So one last time, I'll give you you can get a virtual tour, all right, and meet the change makers in the churchyard like Alexander Hamilton. There's the QR code. If you can scan it, you'll get a virtual tour of the churchyard. All right, so I want to again thank you for coming with me to the Trinity Church as we've come outside. But before I close out, let's do one more thing. Let me give you, let's look again at the church. So I'll come back over here to take one last view of the church. Back at the front of the Trinity Church. There we are. Scan to the top. The steeple, 281 feet tall. 89 Broadway. Stop by and enjoy the sight around the church, the other buildings around. You can sit in the over the north. You can have a nice moment, soothing, humble, solemn moment in there. Make it a stop on your visit to New York City. Historical and a beautiful edifice. All right, and remember, this is the third Trinity Church, consecrated Ascension Day, 1846. Come and check it out. All right. Thanks for being with me. Really appreciate having you here with me today. All right, please subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments on my channel. All right, this is TV Walkabouts. Bye and have a great day. Thank you.